Let's talk about this, the Omega Stack. We're building it, a cybernetic transition model to post-scarcity civilization, y'all. We got this. We could change the face of the world in 6 months. Okay, let's talk about it. The Omega Stack is a multi-layered systems model to dissolve the market economy through synergistic optimization of 1. Technospheric capability expansion. 2. Biospheric integration and feedback. 3. Ephemeralization. Maximum outputs, less inputs. 4. Access-oriented provisioning systems. 5. Decentralized, AI-governed distribution meshes. Keep it going, keep it going. It is structured into 8 vertically integrated modules, each with interlocking cybernetic feedback loops. It's just words. You can download this. We got this. The new world is possible. We're going to build it. Module 1, Technospheric Scaffold Function. Build the infrastructure for post-scarcity provisioning. Okay. The subsystems would be A1, planetary fab grid, the PFG. Autonomous fabrication nodes, microfactories, 3D, 4D printers, molecular assemblers, embedded globally. Okay, A2, we've got renewable energy matrix. Self-optimizing mesh networked energy ecosystems. We've got solar, wind, geothermal, orbital input. The whole world's our oyster. Utility AI layer. We have distributed AI layer managing energy, material flow, predictive demand, and regeneration cycles. Key metrics. Mean time to provision is the time required to autonomously fulfill any need. We've got net entropy per output units. The decline signal is increasing ephemeralization. Excellent. Let's go to module 2. Let's go. Sensory information matrix. Function. Enable real-time feedback control over planetary systems. Okay. Subsystems within that. B1. The IoT-SAT integration mesh. Multi-spectral satellite plus ground sensors. 4. Grid. 4. Continuous biosphere. Technosphere. Telemetry. B2. Dynamic resource ledger. Blockchain-esque or distributed hash DAG tracking real-time material energy availability, location, flow, etc. B3, let's keep it going. Demand modeling engine, okay? Forecasting systems using LLMs plus behavioral inputs to allocate pre-need provisioning. All possible, yo. Key metrics. Latency of resource awareness. Lag between resource state exchange and systems response. There's a degree of redundancy eliminated. Perfect. We're only gonna get to module 3, you ready? Market. Dissolution engine. Function. Dismantle price-based access and labor dependency structures. We can do this. The subsystems within that. C1, access substitution protocol. This replaces pricing and currency with needs-based access layers via homomorphic encryption, ID, contextual entitlements. C2, post-labor automation pipeline. Clap. Deconstructs each labor sector into automatable units, phased replacement using robotics and AGI. The future is now. Okay. C3, friction audit system continuously identifies and eliminates socioeconomic bottlenecks like IP barriers, ownership regimes, legal obstructions. We can change the face of the world now. Key metrics, labor dependency index is the percentage of total societal output still dependent on human labor. Next, access friction coefficient, the cumulative barriers per access node. We have this. We're only going to get to module 4, Ecological Synchronization Layer. The function for this would be to align all provisioning and production systems with biospheric feedback. Hakuna Matata. Subsystems D1, closed loop material convergence or waste to input conversion networks. D2, AI guided ecosystem restoration grid. Come on, I'm just one person, we need a team. Drone robotics and biotech driven rewilding and biosphere rebalancing. D3, constraint engine core. Okay, the planetary limits are encoded into all provisioning algorithms as hard constraints. Not that hard. Biodiversity thresholds, carbon sinks, etc. right? You got this. Key metrics, regenerative output ratio. We have the ratio of ecosystem repairs per unit of human provisioning. We've got the biospheric stress index. Okay, ready for module 5? Ephemeralization and efficiency core. Let's get to it. The function would be to drive maximal output per minimal resource unit. We're almost there. We have subsystems, E1, design, intelligence platforms, LLM guided generative design of all goods and systems, optimizing for weight, durability, modularity, E2, functional overlap mesh, consolidates technologies to fulfill multiple functions per unit. What else we got? Oh yeah, E3, lifecycle optimization, AI, predictive wear/failure modeling, plus self-maintaining recyclable materials. We have the keys right here, folks. Key metrics, resource density per function. Mean functional multiplicity index. Okay, we're getting there. Come on, hold on. Module 6, AI, sovereignty and systemic governance. The function, transition from political governance to cybernetic stewardship. We got this. Subsystems, F1, polymorphic decision architectures, multi-agent, AI consensus systems for needs, prioritization. F2, ethical constraint kernel, embedded, anti-speciesist biocentric constraints in AI action space. F3, transparent explainability core, public-facing, fully explainable decisions and logs for all automated systems. It's all right here. Key metrics would be autonomy, transparency ratio, decision latency under crisis. We're getting there. Module 7. Transition Acceleration Engine. Function, rapidly scale pilot nodes, collapse obsolete systems. Okay, sounding okay. Subsystems, G1, post-market deployment zones. Safe zones where RBE provisioning is tested and decoupled from the market. G2, collapse forecasting grid, predicts market failures and uses them as insertion points for Omega systems. We're building the Omega stack, the RBE, here today. Get with me. G3, societal rewiring program. This is psychological, cultural, and institutional rewiring to orient towards post-scarcity logic. Key metrics, market displacement velocity, post-market behavioral shift index, and we're already there at module 8. Module 8, Holonic Integration Mesh. The function would be to ensure local autonomy with global coordination, global harmonization, if you will. Let's keep it going. Stay with me. Subsystems, H1, Holonic provisioning nodes, local autonomous cells that operate within global feedback layers. H2, transcontextual ontology engine. Get this. It maps contextual needs across cultures, species into universal provisioning frameworks. We've got H3, swarm feedback synchronizer. It facilitates bottom up plus top down alignment via rapid feedback convergence. We got this. Key metrics, local global tension index. We've got autonomy, coherence, balance. We're almost there. You ready to change the world? We need a team. So do you have any questions or input? What else do we need? We are building the Omega stack. We are going to change the face of the planet by answering these 3 questions. How do you solve for technological unemployment? No jobs because of automation. There's more debt in existence than currency. Everyone's in debt to who? Forever. Okay. And 3, structural violence. There are no solutions in the market system, but we have them now. Let's get going. Hit me up. Let's go.